September is Hunger Action Month, and we'll show you how a 10-year-old's wish is putting food on Baton Rouge tables.
And an LSU student who lost his leg in a life-changing accident is now taking each day one step at a time. We'll tell you how.
Plus, it's almost game day. Johnny Lombardi is in studio, and he's giving us the play-by-play on what we can expect as LSU takes on Auburn.
All this and more Newsbeat starts now.
That's my shot of that sexy girl.
Good evening, Tigers, and welcome to Newsbeat. I'm Jackie Massey.
And I'm Michael Edmondson. Thanks for joining us.
A powerful 8.3 magnitude earthquake struck off Chile's coast on Wednesday, triggering a tsunami alert and coastal evacuations. Chilean officials say at least 8 people were killed and at least 1 other person is missing in the quake. The victims include a 35-year-old killed by a falling roof, a 20-year-old woman killed by falling rocks, and a man in his 80s who had a heart attack. Large tsunami waves washed along the Chilean coast, including one nearly 16 feet high. Above 1 million people were evacuated. Chile has since canceled its tsunami alert, but advisories were issued as far away as Hawaii and California. Even New Zealand, which is 6,000 miles away from the quake's epicenter, issued a tsunami warning.
Well, General Motors, the nation's largest automaker, is set to settle the criminal case concerning faulty ignition switches that have been tied to 100 fatalities. The company agreed to pay $900 million and accept 2 criminal charges to resolve the investigation. This after GM recalled millions of cars and trucks to fix the faulty ignition switches. The problem was discovered a decade before the recall was made. GM has already admitted that it was wrong to delay issuing the recall. A spokesman for GM refused to comment to CNN Wednesday when asked about the settlement.
Republicans' presidential candidates are in full swing, vying for votes nearly 1 year ahead of the 2016 presidential election, as made evident during CNN's Republican debate. Yesterday's second GOP debate saw 11 top Republican candidates question each other's on topics like immigration, Planned Parenthood, and of course, current Republican leader Donald Trump. The Society of Politics, Communication, and Law hosted a debate watch party in the Holiday Forum last night, and it brought about a wide array of opinions among student viewers.
To keep it PG. There's so much shade thrown from one Mr. Donald Trump, and it's so unprofessional. But
they just went back and forth, and that's probably what I was most disappointed about. It was somewhat entertaining and memorable.
There was a loser, and the loser was the American people.
But not what I'm really looking for in a political debate to decide our next commander.
White House Press Secretary John Earnest compared the debate to, quote, a tough day at the airport, and called the candidates angry and pessimistic.
Well, 1 in 7 Americans struggles with hunger, according to the USDA. With September being Hunger Action Month, the Baton Rouge community is raising awareness. Tiger TV's Michaela Morgan has more with how local 10-year-old is inspiring a movement with just one wish.
More than 23% of Louisiana children don't know where their next meal will come from, or if they will even have one at all. The Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank says it's fighting to end hunger now more than ever before.
More so than any other time, we need everybody to help us get that message out, and that's what Hunger Action Month is all about.
Hunger Action Month is also the start of Trevor's Wish. 10-year-old Trevor Sims was diagnosed with terminally ill cancer, but shared one special wish with the Baton Rouge community.
A wish that children often have, because this child had lived in abject poverty and had never had anything. He said he wanted his wish was to feed the hungry, because he didn't want anyone to experience hunger as he had.
Over the last 2 years, Trevor's Wish has collected over $110,000 and provided more than 500,000 meals to those in need.
He passed away in October of 2013, but since that date, this community has continued to keep his memory alive.
Baton Rouge native and college student Ashton Kennedy says Trevor's passion inspired him.
I mean, that kid changed my life forever. The way he looked at life, he saw the bigger picture of trying to help the city that he loved before he passed away.
The Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank says they will continue to honor Trevor's wish and call on the community to participate in Hunger Action Month. For Tiger TV, I'm Michaela Morgan.
You can find an event calendar and volunteer opportunities at brfoodbank.org.
Businesses surrounding LSU often depend on businesses from students to stay alive, but businesses in one location are haunted from what owners call a cursed location. Tiger TV reporter Brett Hauser went to the Bandit, a new bar on East Boyd Drive, to see how they say they're going to beat the curse.
We're bringing the service of downtown with the party of Tigerland, kind of giving a little mix of both worlds.
Many believe that this spot is cursed due to the rapid change of business over the recent years. 623 East Boyd has homed Shady's, Tops, and the Levies in the past years, so co-owner Kyle Evans has big plans.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got great specials. I mean, everyone's got good specials, but I think we've got the better ones, obviously.
The renovations the Bandit has done to the building give the bar a unique look that separates it from the other Tigerland bars, including a small screen for game day events.
Yeah, we have some events. I believe we're doing the Chiwis block party for Florida game, which should be really fun. A lot of people, some food trucks and stuff. One of our partners has a food truck they bring around. It's really cool for game days and stuff. It's a barbecue truck. People really like it. But we have a big projector for games that we show them on. People love to just crowd around, watch them.
The Bandit's home between a laundromat and a Greek restaurant may not be ideal, but LSU students are already flocking. Only time can tell whether the Bandit will fall under the curse of 623 East Boyd, but with such a well thought out business plan, it's sure to leave its mark here at LSU.
I think we've got a good thing going on here.
The Brothers of Alpha Gamma Rho Fraternity will be hosting the Yang Yang Twins tomorrow from 9 to 2 at the Bandit. Like the Bandit's Facebook page to see its full calendar. Sometimes working hard can lead to playing hard. For one LSU student, that means playing video games. LSU Physics and Computer Science senior Craig Jones created an After Hours Studios, his own video game production company, and is currently working on Space Shrimp, a game similar to Super Mario Brothers. Jones recruited other LSU alumni and staff to create his dream project and wants to work for other video game companies with Space Shrimp as one of his accomplishments.
Louisiana has a good variety of artists and other programmers and developers, everything that you need to make a game. The difficulty is bringing them together and then orchestrating the actual development.
Jones says he wants to release the mobile game sometime in spring of 2016.
Well, one LSU student's life was changed forever after an accident in Tigerland last year.
That's right, and I got the exclusive interview. I caught up with him, and when we come back, I'll show you how he's going to recover physically and emotionally. Stay tuned. A student who was run over by a train last year is back at LSU. I sat down with Dalton Hall, who showed only Tiger TV how he's functioning with his new prosthetic leg.
It's weird being back here 7-8 months later. It's got my panic levels up right now, just being this close to it.
Taking a trip to the track where Dalton Hall's life changed reminds him how far he's come since his accident.
Just this past month, I can now jog and I can now jump a little bit, so I've been playing a little bit of basketball.
After a night in Tigerland, Hall tripped and fell on the railway on his way home and was hit by a train.
I was walking down there, tried to cross over to use the bathroom, and then after using the bathroom, I tripped coming back over.
Hall spent half a year at home in Missouri recovering, but is now back at LSU, taking classes and hanging out with friends at the Sigma Chi fraternity house.
And we as his fraternity brothers were the ones who were obviously most surrounding him every day, and that was going to fall on us in terms of helping him adjust to that daily life. Having Dalton around again, that's the best part.
It's his 5th month using his prosthetic leg, and Hall says it makes life easier, but also presents some challenges.
So getting ready in the morning takes a lot longer than it used to. I can't just hop in the shower and go. I have to wash that part of my leg that's inside the prosthetic leg. And so when I shower, I have to take it off and still use my walker to go over to the shower.
Visiting the track triggers memories from the past, but Hall says it reminds him how thankful he is to be alive.
For everything that could have happened by being hit by a train, this is probably the best outcome, just a below the knee amputation, because I'm living my life just about as normal as ever.
Hall says he is working on staying active with his prosthetic leg. He runs around the LSU legs at least once a week.
Very inspirational. He joins us live from the Live Oak Lounge to let us know what we're going to see tonight for student game night. Don't go anywhere. Some students have nothing but stress on their mind. One LSU group is giving you some chances to let off some steam. Tiger TV reporter Michaela Morgan joins us live from the Student Union. Michaela, how can we get in on the action?
Hey Michael, if you're looking for a way to distress after studying, the Student Activities Board has a great lineup of events for you. Tonight is game night here at the Student Union. They're going to have multiple different games. They're going to have Pictionary, an LSU version of Monopoly, and more. And if dancing's more of your type, you can head on over to the parade grounds tomorrow for silent disco and bring your headphones and have your own memory back to 1969. And all you need to come to any of these events is just your student ID, and you can just enjoy all of the fun here. For Tiger TV, I'm Michaela Martin. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Michaela. Earlier today, students attended a ribbon cutting for the brand new Cypress Hall. The hall is located on the west side of campus near the Enchanted Forest. There are 330 beds in the co-ed res hall, and like other halls on campus, dorms feature suite bathrooms and the usual furniture. Unique to Cypress Hall is indoor bicycle storage and multiple outdoor patios.
When the Pope comes into town, you may not expect bobblehead sales to rise. Hear why all the people of all religions are stocking up on papal merch after these messages. What? Papal merch? Pope Francis will be in the United States next week, and with his visit comes a money-making opportunity for vendors. In Washington, D.C., people are buying up Pope merchandise, especially the Pope Francis bobblehead. CNN's Mike Carter-Conine shows us how being the Pope is leading to big bucks.
Everyone's excited about the Pope's visit. He just gives you a good, warm, fuzzy feeling.
With the Pope's visit less than a week away, stores are stocking up on papal products.
Anything with Pope Francis's face on it.
The Catholic Information Center downtown has all sorts of tchotchkes, books, t-shirts, mugs, buttons, rosaries, even a comic book. And it's unclear if Francis himself would nod with approval, but the fastest selling items are these bobbleheads.
I'm pretty sure there are not Dalai Lama bobbleheads selling like these Pope Francis bobbleheads are selling right now. I mean, people are just really excited.
It seems everyone, Catholic or not, wants a piece of the Pope. The street vendors around the White House are now selling these t-shirts to tourists for between $5 and $8.
We got our merchandise in about a month ago, and it's been selling wonderfully. Really good every week, especially the t-shirts.
The museum has a range of souvenirs, commemorative Pope Francis dollars and coins, paper dolls, and traditional dolls.
I will possibly buy something for our granddaughter who goes to Catholic school.
Vendors say tourists and locals alike are buying this merchandise, wanting to mark this moment in history.
They want to experience the trip. They want to have something to remember this by.
We're having somebody who's coming to visit who's with the people. He's going to help bring them together.
Pope Francis is expected to arrive in Washington around 4 o'clock Tuesday.
Well, continuing the priest world, a Pennsylvania priest has constructed a replica of the Vatican made out of Legos. Father Bob Simon from Scranton wanted to do something in honor of Pope Francis' upcoming visit to Philadelphia. So he started working on his Lego model last September. It took about 10 months to complete. The model will be on display at the Franklin Institute through February.
All this talk of football has got me pumped for Saturday. What about you, Michael?
I don't know. I'm really pumped. You know, these Tigers, they're something else.
Yeah, it's going to be a Tiger versus Tiger mashup. And Johnny Lombardi is going to tell us more after the break.
As Saturday's game day approaches, Tigers around campus are eager for their first SEC matchup at home. Gearing up in gold, students are anxiously awaiting the afternoon game and ready to take on the Auburn Tigers. After the rainy start to the home games and our win over Mississippi State last week, some students say they're expecting a crazy afternoon in Death Valley. Our Tigers are ready for redemption.
They're going to be a tough opponent. I mean, they've been good the past years, and they're us and them are both undefeated, and it's going to be a really good game.
And Jackie, with that bummer of a first home game, I bet our Tigers are ready to impress fans at home.
Yeah, I hope so. And here's Johnny Lombardi sharing his thoughts on the weekend's game and all other things sports. Here you go, Johnny.
Thanks, guys. Hello, everybody. Johnny Lombardi here, and welcome to sports. After last weekend's thrilling win over Mississippi State in Starkville, the LSU Tigers now turn their attention to Auburn, a team that routed them 41-7 last season on the Plains. The other Tigers scored early and often on October 4th of last year. Auburn quarterback Nick Marshall accounted for 4 touchdowns, and the Plainsmen outgained LSU 566 to 280 in total yardage. Last year's Auburn game was true freshman Brandon Harris's first start of his career. Harris was unable to handle the pressure, going 3 for 14 passing for only 58 yards. But that was last year. This year's version of Brandon Harris is much more mature, much more experienced, and ready to redeem last year's performance.
He's only going to get better. If he maintains that composure during the game, relaxes and just does the things that we ask him to do and not try to make a play that is out of reach. And he'll continue to improve and continue to get better.
This week, Auburn safety Rudy Ford claimed stopping LSU running back Leonard Fournette, quote, shouldn't be difficult when the two teams meet in Death Valley on Saturday. Well, if Ford wants to be right, Will Muschamp's defense is going to have to improve drastically from last week's lackluster performance at home against Jacksonville State. And Fournette will have to regress drastically from his 3-touchdown performance last Saturday against the Bulldogs. The sophomore phenom says Auburn's struggles last week had no impact on LSU's preparation.
As any other team, some teams have bad games, and you can't. Like I said, their front four is talented, man. 2 linebackers, they're talented. So just know it's an SEC game. They're gonna play for keeps, and they're gonna come with everything they have.
Fournette and the 13th-ranked LSU Tigers will be ready Saturday when the number 18 Auburn Tigers come to Death Valley, a place where they have not won since 1999. Kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. on CBS. You can watch our Tiger TV Game Day show a little earlier. We go live from the Manship Patio at 12:30 p.m. at tigertv.tv. Well, along with the LSU-Auburn matchup, some other great college football games going on across the nation Saturday. Number 14, Georgia Tech travels to South Bend to face off against the 8th-ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish on NBC. The College Game Day Game of the Week and SEC matchup, number 2, Alabama looking for revenge against number 15, Ole Miss in Tuscaloosa, and South Carolina travels to Athens to take on 7th-ranked Georgia Bulldogs. So a great slate of games for you on Saturday. The SEC Network's pregame show, SEC Nation, returns to LSU's campus for the 2nd time since its creation last year. Former LSU Tiger Marcus Spears, Joe Tessitore, Tim Tebow, Paul Feinbaum, Kaylee Hartung, and the whole crew are back in Baton Rouge. Their live set is out on Nicholson Drive by Walk-Ons, and the show starts at 9 a.m. Saturday morning. Marcus Spears will once again be coming to hang out with Tiger TV tomorrow morning, and we'll have a sit-down interview to chat with the former Tiger great to see what he thinks about this year's LSU football team. Well, that's all the time I have for you today. Reminder, Thursday Night Football tonight on CBS, Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and the LSU Soccer Gold game is tonight at 6 against Georgia. We'll have more content from that at tigertv.tv. We'll be right back.
Tigers Throwback Thursdays today. In honor of the weekly social media holiday, me and Michael decided to share some shots with you. Hey, where's that shot? Oh, look at me. I'm trying to, blow bubble gum. Those pictures were cool back in the day. I'm glad I got rid of those bangs, though.
Never were good at blowing bubbles there, Jackie.
And
here I go. I like to call Pizza Pocket Michael. Had a little addiction to Pizza Pockets, and as you can see, it didn't really do me well.
Hey, but, it's funny, good laughs, good times. But that's it for our show today, and the news doesn't end here. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and watch clips and full episodes at tigertv.tv.
From all of us here at Newsbeat, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned for Original Copy coming up next.
Have a good evening, Tigers.